So Samsung recently started releasing its unreleased prototype VR headset called Prototype. So first it's just it's just potentially it's fragmentation in running Horizon OS. And those major ones will probably keep running those. Then there's the world of the offensive. You just don't see users. Software. So this is the first Android. So I wish sense. The change before the end. But Samsung has also made it very clear that it's intending on shipping it this year. So I feel pretty good about evaluating what they put in front of me. And it's honestly pretty solid. Does it look like a Vision Pro from the front? Yes, of course. I mean, it's not the light. So it's like a huge. Set. So metallic frame at the front has that's it. It's not very sure. Standards with exhaust holes on the top, but you can see there's a single button at the top right, and the volume control at the top left, and there's sensors and cameras all the way around, facing all directions. And there's even on the side strap right where this previous mark is. And there's even another thing that you might notice. So kind of like it's a piece of long braided cable like this, and relatively small. It's removable and it's just USB Type C, so you can use this including other options. Reading on, and you can do them too. They come with this screens. Really thinking that much about the actual hardware because that's not actually what makes the sensing so cool. It's internet so think of this. So, so, so the basics, all the fundamentals are going to be the same. So, as a starting during this memo, did I use any controls? I really have to do this. Around using this thing, these windows have these really large handles underneath them to grab space. Also grab a mini and two is Gemini. So first of all, photos. So that includes phone apps and tablet apps. Matter of fact, these apps seem to respond well to me changing them to literally whatever aspect ratio and size I want. Actually, kind of trying to break it into definitely a spatial oriented source as eager to meet you as we experience. So you have a person background at any time you want to, similar to certain vision pro apps having their own built-in environments. And then also the headset always seem to play similar notes as eager to let me change aspect ratio by already. Right out the box, we'll have the same advantage. Tons of apps. It's also spatial. Headset means that it can see everything. So you can ask Gemini about something. So and just jumping around to different places just by talking to Gemini. Occasionally selecting how to search. Circle to search. So if you run down the top there, you can see these information. You can just like every percent. When it seems so obvious for a Google headset, but yeah, I'm glad it's slow Gemini. It's not perfect, it's still lacking a little bit of functionality. Assistant, right? Some of the like from the bonus. Just think for himself. Black Panther is stormed the window for some reason. As Black Panther tells her that he would have birth, he realized that forever was a he goes to the castle to see his daughter for his last fight. It's on this wall called Black Street. Thanks much to us. Now tonight with such short time. So this is a guest right now we're going to try that one of progress. You're going to try that. The end of the story. So
Um, Hello. This is my first time. I joined the class late. This is my first Zoom lesson. I had a few questions if anyone could help like answer.
Yeah, sure. Although the teacher will be here in a few minutes, so we can probably
Oh,
help you too.
oh yeah, sure. I can just text. Thank you.
Como un palazzo.
Hey, good evening, guys. Yeah, switch on your cameras. Okay, and then we can get started. Okay. All right. Yeah, Zach, Akash, yeah, Andrew, Varsha, all of you, switch on your cameras. We'll wait for a few more minutes for the rest of the people to join us. And then we can get rolling. So I have an idea for another, well, you know what, this afternoon, I was walking over the lunch hour. I had this idea. Well, actually, I had a couple of ideas. So anyway, we want to talk about arrays today. Okay, arrays. And then I had an idea for a game that we can build. Very simple. It'll borrow some things from last class, you know, positioning the cursor and all, but I think it should be fun to do in class. Okay, so that's my plan for today. But before that, I want to make sure that you're all comfortable with coding. You know, reasonably until now. Okay. You know, like for example, last week's program would be a stretch. Okay. But I think you should be comfortable enough with coding something along the lines of quest number 2. Yeah. Doing a bunch of cout statements, you know, input and output and stuff like that. So can I see a show of hands or something like that saying, all right, that much is okay with me? And then, okay, great, fantastic. Okay, all right. So we can start. Well, I don't know. Let's maybe one more minute. Okay, six. So let's start at 6:05. If you guys have any questions in the meanwhile, you can ask. Yeah, Andrew, Akash, and Andre, you still haven't switched on your cameras.
Sir, my laptop is just charging right now. It's I'll switch it on in a minute.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, Andrew and Andre, you got to switch on your cameras. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Hey, Mir, you got a question? You raised your hand?
Yes, Professor.
Yeah,
I
sure.
yeah, I late added the class, so this
Yes,
is
yes.
yeah. So I was wondering about like participation. Uh,
Mhm.
uh, like, what are the expectations you
Yeah,
have for me
yeah.
and
So yeah, you start participating from now onwards. That's fine. Okay,
okay,
but what the level to which you have to participate is the same as everybody else.
got it.
And so obviously meaning the best participants get 10 out of 10, and
Understood.
and people can compare their own score to you know,
Right. How would you
have really
what would
good
be a
good posts and comments.
what would be an ideal participant? Like how would I get
Yeah,
like
there's a
to
whole bunch on the forum, so you can just go and take a look. There are students who are posting code, they're posting ideas, they're discussing things. So you should be able to read them and get a good sense of the level of quality of each of these posts. That itself is a skill to have anyway. Yeah, you got
understood?
to read technical documentation and understand what the person is trying to say. So And of course, attendance in class is like super important to get participation points. I mean, you got to get the message across to the other people, because I think this week, I basically subtracted 2 points for people who didn't make it to the lectures. Okay. Maybe next week it'll be like 4 points from the 10 gone for people who don't attend lectures. Okay. And maybe I'll make an announcement about this at some point.
Thank you, Professor.
But it is important that everybody attends class and participate in the coding and everything, because we're having a great deal of fun here at the end of the day. So you shouldn't shortchange yourself by, being absent. Okay, great. Mohammed, welcome to class. Okay, so this is your first class? You didn't know it was a hybrid class before, right? Because you thought it was pure online?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think same with Varsha. Was it Varsha? You also thought that? No. Asmita thought that. Asmita, where's Asmita? You
I'm
thought
right
it was
here. Yeah, I thought that at first too.
yeah, pure online. No, yeah, it is hybrid. Okay, so everybody needs to know that you have to attend class. Okay. Now, before that, do you guys want to write a simple? Anybody who wants a little bit of practice with C++, we can warm up by writing a simple program. Okay, that will just take just produce output like hello world. Okay, I get warmed up by typing a very simple 3-line program that will do hello world, not hello world, something like that. And then from there we can start developing this game idea that I had. Okay, I think we're going to call this game Meanie. Okay, Meanie. Okay, MEANIE. And so you can start guessing what this game would be. It's very different from last week's game. By the way, Byron and a couple other people. Was it Andrew or someone who posted a version of this game? Byron did, for sure. I saw, and I played with the other one too. Enzo, was that you? Did you? Someone posted another person posted a version of the game. Oh, Sharp Eye, right? Keep forgetting these names we come up with. Andrew, was it you? You posted a version of this game? No?
Oh no, it was someone else.
Andre, was it you? Oh wow. Okay, it's on Reddit. You should. People should just be able to go there and see. There were 2 people who posted, and they both got extra credit. Okay, and doesn't mean that you should not post it anymore. You should continue to post it, but there'll be new games, I think, or new things that we develop every class, that you have the option of turning into something cool and posting. Yeah, I think Byron did the one with corners, the borders drawn and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone did decoys. Someone said, I'm going to flash decoys, and then I thought it was Andrew. Maybe it was the other Andrew. I don't know. Maybe we have 2 Andrews.
No, it was me, Aiden.
Who?
Me,
Aiden. Yeah. Well, I was asking who did it, and you didn't. You kept quiet. Yeah. That was really cool. So those 2 people have taken this game and developed the iteration. Today's game will be simpler. Okay, I think it'll be simpler. And again, we'll try and do something cool, like use that formula or something similar to that formula. We'll go back to Desmos and pick the right curve and everything. We'll create a formula, design a formula, and use that to come up with the scores. Okay, I think it should be fun. Anyway, I think so. Anyway, when I ran it in my mind when I was walking, it looked like fun. Okay, so how about someone who is totally unfamiliar with coding, okay? And someone who hasn't coded before. I'm actually looking at either Mohammed or Andre or Andrew. You guys haven't coded, yes, so far on screen? Yeah, okay, and who else? I think almost everybody else has had a chance to go. Yes, Asmita, did you code last class?
I don't think I did, no.
Oh, you did, so you are also.
Yeah.
And Sumit too, I think. Sumit didn't code, so. All right, there's a few people, but I think we can start with the 4 that I outlined: Andrew, Andre, and Mohammed. Okay, and I think it's a fairly simple and straightforward game. So I think we may have multiple people who might get a chance to code today, hopefully. Yeah. Okay, this is the start of week 4. Time is actually this is the 1/3 of the class, 1/3 of the course ends by the end of this week. This is only 12 weeks, and in week 12 we're not even supposed to teach new material to the students, because it's crazy, But week 12, supposedly no new material. So you can only teach new material up to week 11. But we managed to cram everything into week 11 weeks. But that still means that we've, more than a third of the class is finished. Yeah, Fatima, welcome. Okay. Hey, Fatima, you got a chance to code on screen? Yes, once before? Yeah, okay. All right. That's great. Hey, Mohammed, do you want to share the screen and code today? Are you okay with that? Have you coded in C++ before?
Well, this is my first C++ course.
This is your first one?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Have you programmed in any other language at all before?
Yeah, C#.
C#. Okay, all right. So why don't you take the screen and we'll start with today's program, which is in C++. Because you've never coded in C++, let's just, do you have a Mac or a PC, first of all?
I have a PC.
You have a PC? Okay. All right. Okay. You know what? Let me view side-by-side multi-speaker. I think that's what I should choose for the right. Oh, no, not that. Side-by-side gallery. Okay. I think this should show up better in the recording, the Zoom recording that you click on. Okay, since you've never coded before, we're going to code something very simple. Okay, again, this idea I had about 12:15 p.m. today when I was walking. Okay, and it's going to be very simple. You're going to write a program that when you run, it's just going to print one line as an answer. And this idea is, it's just a cout statement, but it's going to be so cool that you could potentially share this program with other people. Okay, so let's open up. You want to do it in VS Visual Studio? Do you know how to use Visual Studio with C++?
Yeah, I have the module.
Fantastic. Okay. All right. Create a new project and call it. Okay. Here's what we're going to call it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to call it. This is the name of the program. Yeah. Program name is going to be lots of hyphens in here. You're going to call it how to be as rich as you want to be .cpp. Okay. All right. So you're going to write a program like this and you let it loose on the wild. Okay. It's not going to do much, but it'll get at least one run. Okay. Because, people will basically just, unless they are worried, but it's a C++ program. It's a .exe. So people will say, let me run it and see what the hell happens. Okay. What the hell happens. Okay. All right. So how to be as rich as you want to be. Plus, by the way, can you press Control+ a couple of times so that the font size increases? I can't read it so well. I don't have my whole screen for this, Zoom window. One more time, Control+.
No.
Oh, it's not working?
Yeah, not in this window.
Huh. Okay. All right. Anyway, I can just barely read it. Okay. Create a file. Create the file. Yeah. Place solution and thing in the same directory. Click that too, because it's just one file. What happened? Is it creating it? Oh, it is. It is. Okay, great. All right, now maximize window. Get rid of all the green stuff. We don't. Oh, I see. Unless it's got some instructions for us. Okay. All right. Now instead of hello world, you're going to say instead of hello world, you're going to say this is your program essentially. Okay. Except the program that it gave you is probably not right because it's just int main, but it's not returning anything. So we're going to correct that program that was given to us by VS Code. Okay. Instead of hello world, say the answer to that question, how to be as rich as you want. Okay. And the answer to that is no. The answer to that question, when people run that, this is what they will see. Yeah, do not want more riches than you are able to than you have. Okay, do not want more riches than your. So all right, so this I thought it would be a really cool program to write for multiple reasons. Okay, because there's two answers to this question. How can you become as rich as you want? Okay, one perspective is, all right, you got to do all these things and then you'll get lots of money and so on and so forth. The other is flipping it around and looking it around from the other side. Okay, so all right, let's keep this constant and move this end. Okay, most of the solutions you see out there for programming, especially because in later quests you'll see this, you'll implement some of these things where you'll come across problems that you have to implement in CS2B and CS2C, which apparently have no easy solution. And you're thinking, well, you know what, it's going to be hard. But then if you just take a step back, which means like 1 day of pause from programming, step away, okay, and then come and look at it with a different pair of eyes, you get a completely new perspective of the problem that says, all right, this is the part that I'm finding hard to move, so let me keep that fixed, and I'll move something else that's easy to move, okay, and then you find that you're able to fit the solution. And this is a perspective shift that you'll see in many programming languages. All right, hit enter, semicolon, and then hit enter. It looks like you are, somewhat familiar with C++. Okay, you put the semicolon and all. That's all right. Enter, 2 enter signs. All right, and say return 0. That was a bit that was missing from the template code, unless it was in the green part and you took it out or something. All right, so now compile it, and it should produce a program called whatever that thing is .exe. Yes. Can you compile it? Did it build?
It's just loading.
Oh, it's running. Oh, it just compiled it, is it? Why is it not printing anything? Oh, you don't have an endl. Okay, it's not flushing. Oh, it did. Okay, all right. Okay, all right, cool. Okay, so so that means it's just a program that prints something out, and it's a fun little program, and it also embodies the central spirit of CS2A. Okay, well, not CS2A so much, but when you go to CS2B and CS2C, you will find that there are lots of problems, algorithmic problems that you will face. That'll be super duper difficult, and it will be very frustrating if you keep banging your head on a programming problem and not making any progress at all. That's because you're looking at it from the wrong side. And there is no easy fix to say, all right, I'm just going to close my eyes and look at it from this side and I'll figure out the solution. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so that is from my experience. Maybe you'll learn the same thing from experience, or maybe you'll have these flashes that give you this instant perspective shifts. But I find, and this is what I've told all my previous students, the easiest way to get that perspective shift is to just put some distance between you and the programming problem, right? Up to question number 5, you don't have any problems really, because all of those are just getting to know the ropes. But after question number 5, you will actually need to, you'll run into problems that are really hard to solve, but not so much into CS2A, but really hard to solve. But if you give yourself a day, which sometimes I've found in the Reddit, many students are impatient, right? Having all their problems solved instantly, maybe in their lives all the time. So maybe gives them a wrong expectation of what to expect here, these, in programming and in the real life. But sometimes you just have to let things take time, because, it's not working today. I'll come back to it tomorrow. Okay, maybe I'll do something else. Or I'll come back to it after a couple of hours. That also helps. Okay. And in fact, if you go to the Reddit, CS2B and C, that's, green and red, you'll see from your reflections, past student reflections, final quarter reflections, not weekly reflections, that a good many of them recommend this. Okay, you will run into problems and it'll seem like you're never ever going to find the solution. You got to step back and say, all right, well, that's okay. I'll do it, 2 hours later, 3 hours later. The important thing is not to give up. You just come back to it. Okay, then every time you come back to it, you'll say, well, you know what? I could have given up last time. I didn't. So let me look at it a different way. So you're giving yourself the flexibility to do that. Otherwise, you're just looking at it one way and you'll never get the solution. All right, so now let's go and create this other program that we are thinking about. So delete everything, right, from the beginning. Control A and delete. Okay, right. Now I'm pretty sure you can increase the font size of VS Code, okay? So I think Control Plus will work here. No, just Control Plus. Is it not working?
Yeah, for some reason it's not working. Let me try the settings.
Do you have a, view menu Control Plus? View
Control
menu,
Shift Plus, I think, for Macs.
Oh, Control Shift Plus?
Yeah.
Okay, try that, Mohammed. Didn't work?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I can read it, okay? Maybe I'm missing some of you on screen. Yeah, I'm missing a couple of you on screen, but as long as you talk or something, you'll just come back into the set of visible people, okay? I think Zoom will show for sure windows of people who are speaking up. And, if you speak up and you're in class like this, you have much better odds of getting full participation points. Because if I don't recognize you from class, well, you may not get participation, and you have to email me saying, hey, why did I only get 8? I'll say you were missing in class, that's why, okay? And then you can say, no, I was there. You can look at the recording and you can skip that step and actually make sure you talk so that you're on screen. Okay, all right, so put some comments on the top, okay? We're gonna write a program called Mini, okay? Comments on the top. Today's class, yeah, class code for today's date. Okay, class code, what time is it now? All right, 6:20. Let's set ourselves a temporary, a tentative target today. By 7:20, I hope to have a version of this game. Well, not, let's say 7:20, okay? 7:20 that I should be able to hand over to you guys and disappear behind the screen for about 10 or 15 minutes, okay? While you guys play with it and come up with variations that, seed your own ideas for how you can develop this into your own version of Mini, okay? And share it on the, on the Reddit, like Byron and Aiden did last class, okay? All right. And I'll try and come up with, ideas like every class.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I think the control for the text size is left corner, like left bottom corner, 132%.
Oh, left bottom corner. It says that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow, that is so cool. Thank you. Thank you, Raphael. All right. Well, it's Microsoft and it's Windows and VS Code is from Microsoft. They could have easily tied all these things together. Control plus works across the board. All right, okay. Yeah, you don't have to go to 300%, okay? Just go, is it 200 or 300? Yeah, just go to 150. Yeah, I think that's good enough for me. Okay, all right, it's got class code for today's date. Class code for. By the way, I think Mohammed is typing reasonably fast here, okay? Maybe because of our prior experience with C# and things like that. So if any of this, my dictating or his typing is too fast for any of you, all you have to do is just speak up, okay? And say, hey, slow down, that's all. Okay, that's all you have to say, just slow down. And then we'll just slow down, okay? All right, on the next line, you're gonna say, we will write a game called Mini. Okay, and no, and not Mini. Okay, Meanie, M-E-A-N-I-E. Like, kids call other kids, you're such a meanie. Yes, like that. No, M-E-A-N-I-E. Okay, I think the spelling is M-E-A-N-I-E. Okay, the game is called Meanie. Okay, and on the next line, you're gonna say, in each level, it will present a bunch of numbers. Okay. And we're going to use arrays in this game, okay? So it's going to be fun. It'll present a bunch of numbers, and the player has to guess. Go to the next line now. Yeah, go to the next line. No, that's fine. Yeah. The player has to guess the mean of those numbers, okay? The score is determined as follows. Okay, colon, and then next, so as two spaces and then press 1 dot. Hey, Zach, you sent me a message just now. Okay, all right, okay, well, nobody should be on Reddit or, chatting, even with me or anyone right now, okay? Zach, you just be in class, okay? And everybody should be participating in class, writing this code. Like last class, I think, we were doing this on Sophia. Hey, where's Sophia? So is Sophia here? She's not here.
Here am I.
Oh, you're there.
Here
There
I
you
am.
are. Yeah, you were coding. You were coding what we were doing. Yes, last class. And
Yes.
then, yeah, like that. Everybody should be doing that. Okay, everybody should be doing this. All right. So on line 6, indent in a couple of spaces. Yeah, and say, put a star there. Put a star and then space. Yeah, that's a bullet. Yeah, all right, space. If the user took, if the player took more than 5 seconds. 5 seconds, the score is 0. Else, on the next line, yeah, star, and then else. else the score equals, what was the formula we used last time? 10 over something, right? So 10 divided by e to the minus, yeah, e to the minus 0.5x. I think that's what we use. Let's go to Desmos and also figure out a good formula for this. Okay. So can you open a browser tab and then share that also? Oh, you're sharing your whole desktop? Actually, in Google Chrome, make sure that it's a private window. Okay, so that autocompletes and things don't accidentally expose your social security and things like that. Okay, all right. Go to desmos.com, DESMOS. Oh, I see you're already here. Okay, and then we want to, we plotted e to the negative x. Type e to the negative x. E, yeah, negative, I see. Okay, all right, do 10 over e to the x, 10 over e to the x. 10, yeah, type 10, and then over, yeah. Oh, no, why, no. Yeah, get rid of the e to the negative x and bring that to the denominator, just say e to the x. 10 over e to the x. Okay, all right. 10, all right, now I think make that 10 over e to the 0.1x, 10 over e to the 0.1x. Okay. I think we used 0.5x, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think we used
Yeah, it was 0.5.
0.5. Okay, I think that is much better. Okay, so here's what we'll do. When we give them a bunch of numbers, and again, each level will make it more and more challenging for the user. Like in the very first level, we'll only give them 2 numbers and ask them to guess the mean. Okay, in the second level, you're going to give them 3 numbers and ask them to guess the mean. In the third level, you're going to give them a matrix of 3 by 3, okay, and ask them to guess the mean. In the fourth level, the matrix will be there, and after 2 seconds, it'll start blinking, and then it'll disappear, okay? And then they have to guess the mean, okay? And so on. We can keep adding as many levels as possible, and each person who takes this game and tries to develop it, they can add their own level, okay? And then when you hit the last level for which you you can say, all right, you've managed to get through all of the levels. I think it'll be a fun little game. Okay, so all right, so we got 10 over e to the 0.5x. Yeah, so here's what we'll do is we will have a screen that I think was 100. Yeah, let's go with the play screen of, I think, how many rows did we use? I don't know, did we use 50 rows or something like that? 25 rows. 25 rows and 100 columns. Okay, so our screen is going to be 25 by 100. We're going to use a lot of functions from last class, which basically is say at and things like that, simple ones. Okay, now in here, what we'll do is present the numbers up here, and there'll be a question here that says guess the mean of the numbers you see above. Okay, and they got to type in the mean, or basically they're going to estimate. Okay, estimate the mean, and the numbers, we'll pick the numbers from 0 to 1,000. Okay, so random numbers from 0 to 1,000. Now the thing is, what we can do is take the actual mean that we know that we can calculate from that list of numbers. Okay, we can calculate the mean programmatically. We can compare it with the user's guess, and then the difference can be normalized. I'll talk about normalization and so on. Okay, those are important things to know. Later on when you go into machine learning and things like that, data normalization is going to be such a standard feature that you're going to be doing. Okay, so we'll start off with normalizing the score and then getting the plugging it into this equation to get our score for that particular level. Okay, all right, let's go to our program now, and then we'll go ahead and yeah. Yeah, 10 over e to the negative 5x. Okay. All right. Okay. I think that's basically it. That's all the game is. And yeah. All right. So yeah, get rid of the bullet and go back to spaces. Yeah, still in the comment. Yeah, next line, comment. Add 2 spaces indent. Yeah. Okay. In each level, the numbers displayed will start being more and more challenging or something like that. Okay. All right. All right. We'll figure out. We'll progress in difficulty. I think that's much better. Okay. All right. Okay. But we'll always make sure that 3-digit numbers and also zero padded. So we'll have to find out about formatting numbers properly. Zero fill. C++ output, numerical output. We can Google these things. Okay. Like Enzo said, you can use ChatGPT and it'll give you the answer too so many times. All right. Okay. All right. So now let's go and create the boilerplate program for us. Okay. Go ahead. Hash include IOStream. And then we also want to include a bunch of other things that we'll be using, right? Yeah, next line. You're going to say, no, I'm sorry, just one next line, okay? Yeah, a hash include math.h, okay? Because we need exp, okay? And then put comments on the same line. No semicolon after the, and on the previous line too, right? There's no semicolon after the, right? And say for exp. Now this is Windows. I think we figured out how to do sleep on Windows, I think. Hey, Byron, was that you had a Mac, right? Byron.
No, I didn't have a Mac.
Oh, so how did you do the sleep in the end?
I think we did that
Windows.h?
that chrono thing.
Okay, well, we'll use that. I thought we had, use sleep in Windows also for some reason.
We did. And then I kind of finished it off in Linux because I didn't want to deal with Windows anymore.
Yeah. But I was pretty sure we had, use sleep, but we'll try, go to the next line after math.h, one more blank line after math.h. Yeah. No, one more, because this is a general, specific include file, hash include windows.h. Okay. Hash include windows.h. And then here you're going to say I think it was sleep. Okay. For sleep. Okay. All right. Now, what we want to do is grab some code from last week, Tuesday. All right. Last week, we want to grab the code that positions the cursor and clears the screen and things like that. Okay. So can you go to the browser and maybe click on Brian's code? Byron's code. Go to the Reddit and click on Byron's code, or even Aiden's code. One of those. You need to go to reddit.com/r/2a. /r/2a. Yeah, CS2A. I'm sorry. Thank you. All right. Now, in here, if you scroll down, you should see, Aiden's post. Okay, I think that would be on top. Wait. Is this too much?
I think you can just Control F and then found it. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay. Control F and what was it?
Just say variation.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. No. I saw it. Sharp I. Yeah. That one. Decoy. That thing. Yeah. Click that. And then you'll find an online GDB link there. Click that. Okay, all right. So there is some code in here for say at. Okay, let's copy that. Copy that say at code. Yeah, and put that in your program. Okay, now we want to do a few other things. Also, hang on. Say void clear screen. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, using namespace standard. Yeah. All right. So it looks like you have a little bit of familiarity with C++ too, Mohammed. Okay, so that's really cool. Okay, so void say at the whole thing. Copy the whole thing and paste it one more time. Yeah. By the way, okay, if someone else wants to have a go in coding, you should ask at any point, maybe in 5 or 10 minutes. Mohammed will, say, all right, someone take over from me. In that case, what he'll do is he'll copy this whole thing into online GDB and you just pick it up from the online GDB link. Okay. So we'll do that in about a few minutes. Okay, so here, if change the first say into clear screen, okay, clear underscore screen. Yeah, that was second. All right, now here, yeah, get rid of all the parameters. You don't need parameters here. And then instead of the cout row and get rid of row semicolon column and so on and so forth. No, we want the escape. We want the 033 stuff. Yeah. All right. Now you're going to left shift after that. Yeah, left, instead of that, you're going to left shift the insertion operator, left shift, space, 2 less than signs. All right. And you say 2 uppercase J. I think this is what it was. Okay. You will find out today. 2 yeah. Oh, you know what? You can put the whole thing inside of the first double quotes, right? Slash 033 square bracket 2J. You don't need the left shift and then 2J. You can put the 2J inside the first one itself. There you go. Yeah, you can put the 2J there. Okay, and get rid of the other one. Okay, and then you can put the flush also on that line and get rid of the second line. Yeah, and get rid of the second line. Okay, that basically clears the screen. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. Okay, so now go a couple of lines down after 24, hit enter. Okay, and say int main, okay, and then space curly brace, enter, space curly brace, enter. Okay, and we're going to be using rand here. Okay, so in order to be able to use rand, we're going to use this thing called srand to seed the random number generator. Otherwise, it'll give the same sequence of random numbers every time, or pseudo random numbers. Okay, so people in class have done a bit of research into what srand is and shared that information on the Reddit. So everybody should take a look and find out. Okay, so you're going to say srand. Open parentheses, one more open parentheses, and say unsigned in there. Okay, and then go, no, that's no space there. And now go outside the first pair of parentheses. Yeah, you're going to say time, open parentheses, null PTR. Okay, null PTR. All right, okay, a semicolon at the end. Okay. And you can put as a comment on that line, say seed the random number generator, seed the random generator. Okay, seed the random generator. Okay, all right. Now enter. Okay, and then we'll put, we'll start some comments here that say what we're going to do here in main. Okay, so here what we'll do is start a comment and say for each level, okay, for each no, all right, hang on 1 sec. Okay, let me think this through because I didn't code it before class. I just thought about it. Okay, so for each level, the level will play, update the score. Play and return the score. Okay, and then main will update the score and call the next level. I think that is a better way to do it. Okay, all right. So what we're going to do is in each level, main calls a play level function with the level number as a, hang on. We'll just do separate functions for all of the levels. We don't want to have a big, if level equals and so on and so forth in each of these functions in the function. So what we'll do is, I'm just thinking about the code factoring decisions, live here on screen. Okay, so and this is basically what you should be doing also, I think. So here's what we'll do. Okay, in each level, main will call. Main is going to call. So get rid of this comment and say main is going to call different play level functions. Okay, play level functions, which will each return the score of the player by playing that level. Okay, I think we'll just keep it simple. Okay, which will each return, right? And upon the return, main is going to update the total score. That's all it's going to do. Main is basically going to say, start with level 1 and say level 1, and level 1 will play and return. Okay, well, the player got 2 points. Okay, it's non-zero, so you update and go on to the next level, or something like that. We'll make a decision, right? So at any point, if the level, if the level set is 0, you know, the player got 0, which means they didn't pass that level, you end the game. So in order to keep progressing from level to level, you actually have to clear each of those levels. I think it'll keep it challenging and fun. Okay, all right. Which will each return the score of the player on completing that level. The score. Yeah, break the line. It's getting too long. Yeah. Which will each return the score. Yeah, of the player on completing that level. Okay, and if the score is 0 at any point, main will break out of the loop. Or if the max level has been, if the score is 0 at any point, or if max level has been reached, main will break out of the loop. Okay, I think that is a much better way of saying this. On the next line, you can say main will break out of. Yeah. Okay, all right. Now let's declare a variable here. Okay, so enter. Okay, you say size t level number. Okay, size t level number 0. Okay, or size t level 1. Let's start with level 1. Okay, yeah, say size t. No, let's use size t because we know it's not going to be negative. Yeah, so why waste a bit? Size underscore t. Yeah, space level. Just say level. Okay, and equals 0. So we're just going to initialize with 0. Okay. All right, and then on the same line, you can say a comma. No, on the same line with no comments before the semicolon. Say comma, max level equals max underscore level equals, I don't know, 3 for now, right? We'll keep it at 3. You guys can add to it, you know, say 5, 10, many more levels. Okay, semicolon. Okay, enter. Right, and we're going to do a. Should we do a switch statement? Yeah. Okay, we'll do a switch. You know, just to switch things up and keep, you know, keep variations in place. So we'll code the branching statement using switch this time. Okay. So here you're going to say while. Actually, you know what? Well, yeah, while level is less than or equal to max level. Okay, level is less than or equal to max level. Okay, and then outside you're going to say curly brace, space curly brace. Yeah. All right. Now you can say switch level. Okay, switch level, switch. Oh yeah, level. All right, so this kind of thing, I think it's coming automatically to Mohammed. So I think he's probably programmed, or maybe, you know, C# has very similar syntax. I've forgotten. So someone who has less practice than Mohammed should volunteer and take over from him as soon as possible. Okay, because I think that you don't. Hey, Mohammed, I think you don't need so much practice. Yes.
I'm learning a lot about C++ because I'm obviously not.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, but I want to make sure that someone who has less practice than you has an opportunity to go to, right? So all right, switch level, space curly brace. Think about all of the others. You know, you should either be coding, and also if you want to go and code, you know, especially if you feel that you're not going to be able to code as you know, at that pace, you should say I want to go, because then we'll be able to code at the pace that you are comfortable with. Okay, and everybody will follow along with us. Okay, all right. Now here, how does the switch statement go? So you're going to say case, yeah, and then say 0 colon. And by the way, you know, a colon. Yeah, VS Code automatically did that. Very cool. Okay, so this is the preferred indentation for switch and case. The case should be aligned with the switch, because then it'll prevent, you know, save one level of indentation for you. Okay, case 0, you're going to say play level 0. Play level. No, you're going to say score equals. Oh, we don't have a variable called score. All right. So under size t level, yeah, on the next line you're going to say double. No. We want to. The score is going to be a double number. Okay, or a float. Yeah, use a float because we don't want double precision here. Float. Okay, score equals 0. Okay, all right. Okay, so now here you're going to say, yeah, and also, you know what? You need another line under that. Oh, the same line as score. You're going to say score and then total score, comma, total score equals 0. Yeah, there's 2 variables. Actually, there are 4. You initialized all of them on those two lines. Okay, all right. Score equals. Yeah, score equals play level 0. Right, play level. Play level 0. Just say 0. Okay, no, oh yeah, okay. Actually, just say 0 digit. Okay, the 0 digit, because you're going to say play level 1, 2, 3, and so on, right? No, play level. Yeah. There you semicolon. Okay, and then on the next line, you're going to say break. Yeah, semicolon. Okay, now copy that whole thing and paste it like 2 more times. We're going to do this for, level 1, level 2, level 3. And then you also need to change play level. Yeah. And then, and then you want to also say case. No, after the last break, you're going to say enter. No, after the last break, say enter. Not outside, inside of after the break, enter, backspace, and say default. Okay, colon. And here, can level be anything other than, so if it goes to 4, you want to say, all right, so the default is going to be C out, left shift, no more levels, within course, no more levels until CS2A students come up with them. Okay, so we'll do 3 levels in class, and then you guys can add more levels after this. Okay, and then against the first, against play level 0, put a comment. We'll say what it is. Okay, play level 0. You're gonna say, 2 numbers in 1 line. Okay, 2 numbers in 1 line. Okay, and then play level 1. For play level 1, you're gonna say 3 numbers in 1 line. Okay. And then play level 2, you're going to say 9 numbers in a 3x3 matrix. Right now, this is going to be cool because it'll also show you how to do formatting, formatted out multiple lines and all using for loops and arrays. Okay, in a 3x, and then for this one, you're going to say 9 numbers in a 3x3 matrix, which will blink and disappear after 2 seconds, after 3 seconds. Okay, all right, okay, that is good, that's good. Okay, default is this. Okay, now after this, outside of the switch statement, outside of the switch statement, enter. No, oh, you want to put a blank line there? Okay, that's fine. Okay, now here you're going to say update score. Okay, update scores. Okay, and then you're going to say, score, comma, total score. Score, comma, total score. And obviously total score, we need to update the total score too, right? Total underscore score. And the previous line, you're going to say total score. And the previous line, you're going to say, total score plus equals score. Okay, total score plus equals score. Semicolon. Okay, all right. Now, so these are the update score thing is something that we have to write, meaning that the update score function is basically going to get a real number and a total score on these things, and it knows where the score and total score are displayed, so it's going to go there and update the physical locations on screen of those 2 guys using our SayAt and things like that. That's all. It's all very simple. Okay, that's all it's going to do. All right. Now let's go and create play level 0. Okay, play level 0. Oh, actually, you know what? Before you do that, one sec, okay? Top of main. All right. Before the while loop, line 35. Okay. Yeah, enter. You want to clear the screen. No, you want a blank line above that because, you know, it's starting the logic of the code now. Semicolon. Yeah. After you clear the screen, what show? Yeah. Clear the screen and then say print underscore headers. Okay, print headers. Okay, basically it's going to clear the screen and I'm going to say, you know, maybe nice things about the game, or you know, this is what you got to do, and so on and so forth. Okay, all right, and then yeah, all right, okay. Yeah, make it an empty function now, and then whoever is going to you know, inherit the code from you, they're just going to fill these things in. You know, we'll talk them through it too, and do the other function also, and then copy the whole thing, put it in online GDB, and I'm going to hand it over to the next person who wants to code. Who was it? Who said they haven't coded? Was it Andrew?
I mean, yeah, I haven't coded.
All right, you want to take over the screen, and you can code from Mohammed. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Hey, Mohammed, thank you so much. Okay. Thank you for coding. All right. Now, hey, Mir, have you had practice coding, or you want to go at some point?
Yes, I have, but I'm more used to Python than C++.
Oh, then you should absolutely code. Yeah. All right. Not this time. You know, Andrew is gonna. Andrew, you're ready, right?
Could I get the link for the code?
Oh yeah, Mohammed will share that in chat. Okay. So Andrew's going to code now, but you know, Mir, you should grab the opportunity. You know, the next time around. Okay. Mohammed, did you copy the whole thing, put it in online GDB, get the click the orange tab, and that says share URL, and paste it in chat so that Andrew can pick it up. And while you're doing that, let me try and think of what the hell it's going to do. All right, so we'll play level 0. You know, it's going to print the header and all. Okay, so we'll do the headers. We'll think of something nice to put in the header. Okay, and then play level 0 is essentially just going to show the two numbers, ask for the score, and then remember the time, and you know, all right, calculate the score and return it. Okay. All right. Okay.
Put the link in chat.
Oh, you put it in chat? Okay, thanks. Yeah, get it in a private Chrome browser window or something, Andrew, and we'll go from there, okay?
Oh, I have it in my VS Code.
Oh, you have it in your VS Code. Okay, all right, no problem. We'll just do it in VS Code then. Yeah, again, you got to change the, you know, that font size. I can't see that number here for you. Oh, for you, well, is that Control Plus? It just works for you?
Command, I'm on a Mac.
Oh, you're on a
Command
Mac.
plus.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Okay. All right. Well, that is cool because, you know, on a Mac, it'll just work more nicely, I think, because it's, you know, it's got more of a Unixy terminal. Okay. All right. So go to the top, and I'm assuming that you also need practice with coding, Andrew. Yes.
Yeah, this is my first.
Great. Okay. All right.
coding
So
class.
how are you feeling so far? Are you comfortable with what we've coded, and, you know, are you comfortable navigating around the code and all? So it doesn't look all completely foreign to you? Yeah.
Yeah. I have an okay understanding, I'd say.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's do print headers. Okay, print headers. We need 2 more variables in main. Go to main. You know, actually, rather than main, let's make them global constants for the moment, okay? But you got to figure out a way in which you can get them out of being global constants and, you know, work it out and refactor the code much better. Okay, since we're doing it on the fly, you know, off the top of our heads, we're using this kind of thing. Go right to the top of the program under hash include. Oh, it doesn't have Windows today. Oh, yeah. Okay, so since you're on a Mac, you can basically change that to you don't need that, I think, right? We just need usleep, and we already have usleep, okay, on a Mac. So you can comment out the whole line. No, comment out, because if someone doesn't have is not a Mac, they'll grab this code. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm pretty sure Macs have you sleep. Someone should Google and find out. Okay. All right. Now here, yeah, one more blank line there. One more blank line. Yeah. Now say const space size t space all uppercase rows equals 25. Okay. 25.
0.5?
25, sorry, 25.
Okay.
I think that's what we used, 25 rows, 100 columns. Okay. Semicolon at the end, and then say, oh, comma, and you can say calls, COLS equals 100. Okay. 100, semicolon. Okay. All right. Semicolon. Why is it still underlying the void? The void. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. Okay. It's all right. All right. So now let's go, further down in the code. Okay. Print headers. I think what print headers should do is on row 1, we'll print something interesting, okay? Because assuming this screen has been cleared and all, okay, go to line 27, hit enter. We'll put it in a comment. We'll put the message in a comment so that we, we've distilled it out of our heads into a comment, and then we can put it in code, okay? All right, yeah, this should simply see out some cool message for the game screen, okay? Example, yeah. All right, enter. And then you say, not example, we'll actually say what the message is. We'll say, okay, all right. So eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay. So I actually thought of this right, when I was walking. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Right? No, it's MEANIE. Okay. But you can keep the EENI, but it's MEAN. No,
oh yeah, I got that.
meeny, right? Because this game is called meeny. Okay. Meeny, miny, mo. MINEY. MINEY. Okay, animo. And then on the next line, you're going to say, it's not example, by the way. Get rid of the word example, right? And I will also write a method to center it on the screen so it looks much better. Okay. Actually, make it all caps if you don't mind, because it's going to be like a header. Okay, so make it all caps.
Is there a way to just do that, or should I retype that?
Yeah, unfortunately not. I'm not. Yeah. All right, on the next line, you're going to say, meeny, meeny, miny, mo, and guess the mean. No. What's the mean of, what is it? Yeah, right. Guess the numbers, guess the mean. Guess the numbers mean below. Okay. All right. So he's coming up with silly rhymes here. Okay. Guess the numbers mean below. All right. Enter. You got 5 seconds to make it go, or you got one more line like that. Okay. You got you got 5 seconds to make it go. We'll come back and improve the rhyme. Someone should when they develop their own version of the game, they should improve the messaging. Make it more less of a contrived rhyme. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. All right, so under print headers, you're going to say, and we want a method that will actually center things on rows, okay? So you're going to say, yeah, tab in, you're going to say, center text on row. So center text in row. Center underscore text underscore in row. Okay, in underscore row. All right, and then open parentheses, you're going to say in row number 1. Okay, row number 1. Okay, row 1. So it's going to say, no, let's say row 1 should be blank. It'll be cleaner. In fact, row 1, 2, 3. We'll start in row number 4. Okay, row 4. Okay, 4 comma. You're going to say eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, all uppercase within quotes. Guess the numbers mean below, right? Guess. Okay. No. Next line. All right. So semicolon at the end. All right. Now again, center text in row. This is function we're going to write. Okay. Center text in row, and then 5, okay, 5. And you're going to say, guess the numbers mean below. You got the apostrophe in the right place and all. That's pretty cool. Okay. And then again, next line. Yeah. You got 5 seconds to make it go. All right. Okay, that's our header line. Okay, so you're gonna that you just prints the header. So it clears the screen, prints the header there, and each line is going to be centered. Okay, so we're going to write the function the center text in row. So go to the line 27 and hit enter. Line 27 and hit enter. Okay, yeah, one more blank line. So give yourself some space. All right, up. As you can say, void center text in row. Center text in row, and the first parameter is going to be the row number. Okay, so get size t row number, size t, no, open parentheses, and then size t row number. Just say row, just yeah, row, comma, and then string message, M-E, or just say MSG, right? MSG. Okay, close. All right, and then, no, you want to space curly brace. We'll write the function now. Okay, all right. Now we'll put a comment there saying first, so we want to say, yeah, determine the padding. Okay, so we want to say determine the padding on either side of MSG. All right, determine the padding spaces, because we want to center this thing. So we want to say, all right, we want this much space on this side and this much space on that side. Yeah, so we were going to, right. So on the next line, you're going to say, right, what is the columns? Okay, columns. Okay, so yeah, say size t num spaces, right? Size t num spaces equals calls, uppercase calls, COLS minus MSG dot length. Okay, I think it's MSG dot length, open close parentheses. Okay, that is the length of the message. Yeah, semicolon, and get rid of the space before the curly brace. Not the curly brace, the parentheses too. So stick the parentheses too. All right. Now on the next line, you're going to say you want, yeah. So that's a column number. Num spaces. Okay. So what we want to do is say at that row, and then you want to go into that row, that half of that distance. Okay, because if you take a message, the length of the message is this much, you take that and subtract it from 100, it tells you the total number of spaces left. But you want this many on this side and that many on this side. You want half of this on this side and half of that on that side. Okay, so essentially what we're doing is moving half the space into that row and then writing our text. That's all. Okay, so you're going to say at open parentheses, and what are the parameters? Okay, row. Okay, comma, row, comma, yeah, row, comma, row, space, and then you're going to say num spaces over 2. Okay, num spaces over 2. Yeah, comma, and then MSG. Okay, so that will do the, you'll see, I think, right, when you play it out, when we run it, we'll see if it actually agrees with what we have in our heads. And someone should actually run it in their own heads too, and tell me if, I've got a silly mistake or arithmetic mistake here and there. It's not going to be centered. Please run it in your heads. And because that's what you're going to be doing with your own programs too, right? So you're writing code, you're going to be running it in your head and saying, all right, this is what should happen. Okay. So what I've said there is that we're just going to print text that is centered on the screen. And we do that by taking the length, subtracting it from 100, which is a total length, and then putting half of that on this side. Okay, padding. That's all we're doing. Is everybody okay with that so far? So far, everybody okay?
Is that variable calls? Did we define that ourselves?
Sorry, what was that, Mohammed?
Is that variable in size t num spaces calls minus message length?
I can hear you. Sorry, I think it's a bit mumbled, jumbled, mumbly. Can you speak a little louder? Who was it, by the way, who asked the question? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me better?
Yes, much better now. Okay.
Right. So in center text in row, size t namespace is equal calls minus message length. Did we define calls?
It's 100.
Okay. I
Oh
forgot
yeah,
to-
yeah,
we did up here.
Fine. Yeah, it's up there, and we made it a global. And you can think about it. You know, when we do objects later on after week 6, we won't have to resort to globals like this as often. Today, we're still programming really in C, not really in C++, because we haven't talked about objects yet. That comes after week 6. And so we're doing everything in C. It's kind of native C. And, you know, and we can still do it without globals in C, but it's, you know, I think this is easier for now. All right. So, but just keep in mind that by using globals, you make the program harder to maintain for yourself later on. So you want to keep it minimal. All right. Okay. Now that's print the header. That's it. You can, you know, you can get rid of line 42. We don't need that. Okay. All right. Now, what else do we need? Okay. Let's do play a level. No, actually we need update scores. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So what we want to say here is update scores takes 2 parameters, right? So you haven't got the 2 parameters here. Now, further down, you'll see when update scores is called, it is given 2 parameters, score and total score.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to pass those. Why is it underlined? Score, float score, comma, total score, 0 and 0. Why is score underlined here?
I'm not sure. It says too many arguments in function call.
Since the update scores doesn't have any
Oh, I see.
parameters.
Yeah. Go. Yeah. We have update scores. That's
We
right.
haven't-
You got to put the float score. You know, there where you have float score, comma, float total score, float total score. Now you'll find the underline gone, okay? Because it can match it up. Save it, and then if you go down in your code, you'll see that the underlines are gone. Float space total score. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Close and space curly brace. Right. Yeah. Now, if you look at the underline, should be gone, right? It should be okay. Yes. Okay. So let's go into your update scores. And then here, what we want to do is say the first line should have your score as well as your totals. You know, the first line score and the second line should have total score. Okay. All right. So let's say, or we can put it on the left line. No, left should be level. I see. Okay. And the level too. Yeah, I think we can do that. I think we can do it. It'll be okay. Right. So what we want to do is yeah, well, we'll use string. 2-string is going to be a pain.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Agnes.
What does the float mean?
A float is basically just a double precision number that only uses 4 bytes. I think on modern computers, it's probably using 8 bytes, whereas double is like 16 bytes. I don't know. But float is basically a weaker version of a double precision number.
So how would you do a double precision number?
A double precision number is a floating point number. Yeah, a floating. We understand the floating point from data representation. It basically has a different representation, right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
So a float is basically a floating point representation traditionally using 4 bytes. That's 32 bits. Of which, I don't know, maybe 20 is the mantissa and 12 might be the exponent or something like that.
Okay.
A float is basically, 32 bits, but it may be longer than 32 bits now. All right. So it's got these 2 parameters. So what we want to do is make a string, right? String score line. Okay, string space score line equals string space score line. Okay, score underscore line. Or I'll just say score text equals. Yeah. And then on the other side, you can say within quotes, you say capital S score. Okay, capital S, whole thing in uppercase, score, whole thing uppercase, score. Colon space. All right, and then outside you're going to say plus Is it a plus? Okay. I'm going to say 2 underscore string total score. Okay. 2 underscore string total score. No. 2 string, TO underscore string. 2 string. And I think this would take the value of total score, convert it into a string, and append it to the end of score. Okay. Oh, no, 2 string score, two string, and then within parentheses, you're going to say score, not total score. Sorry. Okay, so, semicolon. Okay, and then on the next line, you can say string total score text equals. On the next line, a string total score text equals. And then same thing as before, except you're going to say total score colon, and then two string of total score. Someone should Google and find out if you can take a floating point number and do a 2 string on a floating point number, okay, to get the string version representation. Otherwise, what? Yeah, can you?
No, I was gonna say, shouldn't that say string total score text?
I'm sorry.
Well, because I mean, you're taking in a parameter total
Oh
scores.
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. The total score text. Yeah. Thank you. Who was that? Everybody should be, thank you, Byron. Okay, everybody should be paying attention and calling out. No. That should be just total score. He was saying total on the left, on the left, total score text. Okay. Now on the next line, you're going to say at row 1, and then column 1 comma. Row 1, 1 comma, and then I think column, the score was at column 100 minus, I don't know, 20. All right, so 80, column 80. Yeah, is it 80? Yeah, score colon and then that number. Okay, yeah, semicolon. Yeah, at the end put a semicolon. Right, on the next line you're going to say, oh no, I see. We want after the 80 comma, and you're going to say score text. Yeah, semicolon at the end. And then you're going to say at 2 comma 80 total score text. Now, all of this is kind of, it could potentially be messy because you remember what we're just saying this without erasing what's already there. So if previously that line was long and you're starting here and writing only up to here, it might leave some junk in the end. So all of these things we got to go back and clean up later on. Okay, but you got to keep that in mind. All right. So it updates the scores. What else? We also need to be able to show the level of the game. Okay. So while level, go to your main state. Line 65, hit enter. Yeah. And then you say at level, column 1, row 1 comma column 1, row 1 comma column 0, row 1 comma column 0. And then within quotes say level colon, within quotes, uppercase level. Level colon space. And then outside of the double quotes, you say plus. Space plus 2 string of level, two string, and then pass it level as a parameter.
Wait, what was that? What's after that?
Open parentheses, level, close parentheses. And then, close everything and semicolon and hit enter. Okay, and then switches level. There's one more thing we had to do. I remembered. Okay, it prints the level. We need to increment level at the end of each thing, right? So score equals. All right, get outside the switch statement. Get outside the switch statement. There you go. Right? There you go. Right there. Hit enter. All right. Now you say if score equals 0. No, within parentheses. If score double equals 0. Okay, we're using branching statements, right? So, all right. Open, close the thing, and then open curly brace. Space curly brace. Yeah, and here you're going to say cout left shift and within quotes, you're going to say, sorry, you didn't clear the previous level. Yeah, right. And then endl, you want an endl after that. Left shift endl. Endl, all right, and then enter, and you're going to say, exit open parentheses 0. Okay, or you can say return 0 or something like that. Doesn't matter, right? And you can again, this is something for you to do. Discuss in the forums. What's the difference between exit 0 and return? Okay, and there is a difference. And we don't want to go into this in detail in class, but there's something for you to research and report. Okay, so if sorry, you didn't clear the previous level. Okay. All right, and then what are those things going to do? All right, so play level. All right, let's go and write the play level 0. Okay, play level 0. So above main, we'll create a function called void. Yeah, enter. No, not void. This is going to return a floating point number, which is a score. Okay, so in fact, put a comment there. Put a comment. Start a comment. Say play level 0 will. No, this function. All right, this function will present the user with level 0's screen.
Oh,
yeah, this function will present the user with level 0 screen, with level 0 screen. Yeah, and return. Yeah, on the next line. Yeah, next line. Yeah, return their score to the caller. Okay, all right. So now on the next line, you're going to say, yeah, on the next line, you're going to say, float play level 0. Okay, and then open close parentheses, and then space curly brace. I hope this works out. Okay, maybe I think the whole thing through. We'll find out. Okay, what time is it? Oh, yeah, 7:17. We gotta, at least 15 minutes more. Okay, all right. Here, you're gonna say, start a comment that says, here, show what we want to do is, first of all, we want to show two numbers. Okay, because level 0, show two numbers and get there, ask them to guess. Okay, so show two numbers, and where do we show those two numbers? So, 1, 2, 3. Let's say level, line 5, and center the text too. I think that might be better. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is what we'll do. Right. So show two numbers on line 5. Yeah, on line 5 with text centered, and ask them to guess. Okay. And guess. Okay. All right. So this is what we'll do. On the next line, you're going to say rand %3. And then we want to make these numbers 3 digits as well as 0 filled. Can someone maybe just open a browser window really quickly? Yeah, I forgot who's coding now, by the way. Who's coding? I can't tell. Andrew. Yeah. Can you open a browser window really quickly, and then we'll we want to search something. Okay, we want to search for how to 0 fill numbers in C++. How to 0 fill numbers in C++. Yeah. Yeah, enter. That one. Click the first one. Yeah, click the, get rid of that black panel. Yeah, further down, I think, I'm pretty sure. Further down. Here, hang on. Set width 5, set fill 0. Okay, all right, that's what we want to do. All right, so go to your code. Set W. Oh, you want to include IO manip. Okay, all right, IO manip. We want to include that file. We want to include that file at the very top of your code. Yeah, go to your code, include that at the top.
Okay.
No, we can't see your code.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go back.
All right. IO manip. Yeah. And then in your where is that thing?
Play level 0.
Play level 0. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do. All right. Yeah. So on the next line, Go to line 55 and hit enter. Enter. Yeah, you're gonna say string text equals equals yeah, within quotes you say your numbers are colon space yeah, and then left shift. You want to say set W3 no, so 3 is the yeah. Set W within quotes.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah. Is that right? Yeah, okay. And then left shift. Set fill 0. Set fill. And then I think it's 0 within quotes. Okay, it's a letter 0. Set fill 0 within quotes, within single quotes. No, within single quotes. I think that's what I saw there. Okay, and then left shift. Left shift. And you're going to say rand %1000. Okay, rand %1000. No, rand open close. Now, this line, because it has many things in it, maybe not everyone understands what's going on. This is a prime candidate for you to take and discuss more in the forum, saying, hey, we use this line. What does it mean? Okay, here I did some, look up, and this is what it means, right? Yeah, rand open close. Do you have an open and close there? No, just no. Rand open close immediately.
Oh, okay.
And then yeah. %1000. Right? And then left shift. And then space. No, within quotes, you put a space there. I'm thinking okay. The next line. After the set fill, go to the next line. After the set fill, yeah, break the line there. Yeah, break the line. And then, yeah, I think that's fine. Right. So now a rand %1000. All right. And then the space, and then left shift, another rand %1000. Oh, actually, you know what? What we should have done is, no, all right. Yeah. Semicolon there for a second. Okay. Now go to your line 54 and hit enter. Go line 54 and hit enter. Okay. We want to say size t num1 equals. Okay. Size t num1 equals. Or just say n1 equals. I think it'll be easier. N1 equals. Okay. Rand %1000. Okay. Semicolon. Enter. Or on the same line too, you can do this, but we'll do it on 2 lines. Okay. On the next line, you're going to say size t n2 equals. Yeah. So we got these two numbers. Yeah. Blank line after the second one. All right. Now, yeah. And then change these to N1 and N2. And it may even go on the same line now. All right. No, we need the set width. No, we need the set. So we need that. Yeah. Instead of rand %1000 and rand %1000, you're going to say,
oh, okay.
Yeah, N1 and N2. That is N1 and the other one is N2. And it all go on the previous line actually now. I think it'll fit. Yeah, okay. I think that's okay. A semicolon on the end.
I have a question.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. We can say string text equals and then use these left shift parameter, left shift and so on. Here's what we're going to do. Okay. So, all right. So go to your end of, again, this is something that you can research and talk about in the forums. Okay. Go to the end of line 58 and hit enter. Sorry. Go to the end of line 58 and hit and say, O string stream OS. Okay. O string stream space OSS equals. No, you just say OSS. Okay. Semicolon. Yeah, on the next line, instead of, string text equals, you say OSS, and then left shift everything into OSS, right? Get rid of text equals and so on. But you need, yeah, there you go. Yeah, left shift. Okay, now go to the end and got a semicolon. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so now this is something that you should, you should probably, let's tag this, okay? Let's tag this. Go to line, the comment you have on line 58, say where it says show, make that show the two numbers, okay? Show the two numbers on line, okay? And then also go to the end of that line, hit enter, and start a comment saying research for Reddit, okay? Research for Reddit. Okay, now it's got an underline under OSS, and that is because it doesn't know what OString stream is. So if you go right to the top, and there, I think under IOStream, hash include IOStream, all right? There, yeah, say hash include S stream, okay? S stream. Okay, now if you go back there, you should see the underline is gone. Hopefully, it will go. I hope. S stream. What?
Did I type it wrong? You said S stream, right?
Yeah, I think that is correct. S stream. And then maybe it is just slow. Is it still underlining?
Yeah.
I'm saving.
Did you just save it?
I just did.
Oh, how come it's still underlined? Oh, string stream. Incomplete type. Oh, standard. Do you have using namespace? You do.
Wait, no, I do.
You do. And it is S stream.
Oh, wait, it's fine now.
Oh, gee, it's a lag. Okay. All right. Okay. Maybe next time we should remember this. Okay. Now, if we stuffed all that in the stream, now we want to, the stream has got that text correctly formatted. We want to extract the string out of it. And that's what we want to show, right? So go to the end of that line and hit enter. Now you want to say at a row, what was it? I think row 7, okay, row 7. You have to pick these things correctly later on, okay? And then you're going to say oss.str, okay, and then open, close. Okay, and put a semicolon at the very end. That's it, yeah? Oh, no. 7, say at, I think we should say center text at. I think that would be much better. Center text at, right? Not say at. Instead of say at, say center text at. Oh no, so whatever that thing is. Center, what do we call it? Center text in row.
Center text in row.
Okay. All right. So, and I think that's basically it. You don't need a comma and put a semicolon at the end. Okay. Now get rid of the blank line under that. Oh, no. Actually, we haven't finished the level, right? We need to go to the, right. Enter. All right. Now go, and one more enter, and then say, and tab in. All right. Now you want to say float mean equals. All right. This is the actual mean. Okay. So you're going to say double n1, or say no float. It's float, right? Float within parentheses.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah, within parentheses say float. Yeah. Open. Yeah. Close. And then space after that. And you're going to say n1, and then space plus, n2, and then the whole thing within parentheses, the float of n1 plus n2 within parentheses, and then divided by 2.0, okay? Okay, that is the actual mean. Now we're going to ask the user to guess, and then we're going to, do a couple of things, okay? So on the next line, you're going to say, unsigned long, okay? Now, all these things, I'm using float and then float within parentheses and all these things. If you find it perplexing or confusing, you should ask, or at the very least, you should ask in the forum and say, hey, we coded this in class, but why do we have this float within parentheses? Maybe there's 100 things you don't understand in this program. That shouldn't mean that you don't ask any questions. You ask one question, that's fine. Someone else will ask another question. So anything you don't understand this question in this program, you should ask in the forums, so we'll be able to cover that. Rather than, dive into each detail in class, which may not be as productive. You should correct me, right? If you think we should go slow or do something else, you should ask, all right? So unsigned space, now equals time, open, close. Okay. Yeah, semicolon. In fact, don't call it now, call it TS1. Okay, TS1 instead of now, call it TS1. Okay. And this is the current timestamp. It gives you the number of seconds that has elapsed from some distant past until this time. Okay. Now we're going to print the prompt and ask the user to enter. Okay. So on the next line, you're going to say at what was it? Line 7. Maybe we'll go to line 10. Okay. Say at line 10, right? Comma. Guess. Yeah, guess. Underscore. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Say at, and then the thing is within quotes. Okay, within quotes, you're going to say guess the average, guess the mean of the above numbers. Okay, guess the mean of the above numbers within 5 seconds. Okay, within 5 seconds. And say 5 as a number because it'll be easier for people to read. 5 as a number. 5 seconds, and then colon space, and say, and yeah, colon space. Okay, and then semicolon after that. At the end, all right, enter. Okay, enter. Now you're going to say float guessed mean. Okay, float guessed mean.
Wait, shouldn't the say at have 3?
Oh, say at should have 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You know what? Maybe you should also center that too, right? Center text in row 10.
Instead of say at.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Now, float guessed mean, I think it should be, all right, that's fine. No, you can't do that there. Put a semicolon at the end. Put a semicolon at the end. After guessed mean, put a semicolon, and then fix the indentation, and then put it one line below also, so that it's separated out. Oh no, I think put a blank line above float. Yeah, all right. Now on the next line, you're going to say C in right shift into guessed mean. Okay, C in right shift into guessed mean. Yeah. All right. Okay. Semicolon. Okay. Now hit enter. Now, one more enter and then start a comment. All right. Actually, before that, go to the previous line and hit enter one more time. Sorry. Yeah. Now I say unsigned TS2 equals time. Okay. Unsigned TS2 equals time again. Okay, you're calling time one more time. So you call time that time, and you call time, but in between, the user had to do something. So if you take this time minus that time, what do you get? The amount of time this user took to enter the answer. Yes, so that's how we determine if it's longer than 5 seconds. Okay, now now we know that, hang on, do we need a comment there? No, we don't need a comment. It'll be self-explanatory. Okay, and then you can say, yeah, if TS2 minus TS1 greater than 5, TS1 is greater than 5, right? And then put a comment on the same line, curly brace, space curly brace, space curly brace, and then put a comment on the same line on the end. Yeah, further down. Response took longer than 5 seconds. Response took longer than 5 seconds. Put a space before the R2, so it'll be nicer. Yeah.
Space before the what?
Yeah.
Oh, here.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And then TS2 minus. All right. So what you want to say is center text in row 12. Okay, center text in row 12. Sorry, you took longer than 5 seconds. Okay. And then return the value 0. Semicolon at the end. And you need a semicolon at the end. Okay. Yeah. All right. And the other one, else, you don't need the else. One more blank line. Enter. If mean. No, we want to calculate the score. And the score is going to be the actual mean divided by, all right. So what we want to do is, say float absolute difference. Okay. So say a float, float, no, not if float abs diff, float abs diff equals float space abs underscore diff equals, I think you have to say FABS, okay, float abs, okay, FABS. No, not there. Equals and equals, yeah, FABS, yeah, okay, open space, close space, open close parentheses, and inside you're going to say guessed mean minus mean, okay, guessed mean minus mean. Okay, right? So that is a difference between what you guessed and what the actual mean was. Now, what was our formula for calculating the score? So on the next line, you're going to say score equals, on the next line, you're going to say score equals 10 over EXP. So I put spaces around the divides and all because it's a complex expression.
We put, okay.
Yeah, 10, yeah, EXP. Open parentheses, I think it was EXP 0.5 times abs diff. I think that's what we had. 0.5 times abs diff. No, I think, yeah, there you go, semicolon. Okay, now what do you want to do? Oh, it's a float score equals. Okay, now what we want to do is if the score is less than, let's say, I don't know, 0.1, okay? If the score is less than 0.1, you just return 0, okay? Meaning they're too far away. Oh, by the way, you know what? The abs diff should be, well, one sec, okay, I'm so sorry, one sec. It's a guessed mean minus mean. I think what we want to do is, do we need to normalize this? Yeah, we need to normalize the score. So it'll be between 0 and 1 then. Okay, so we need to go back and look at that Desmos thing. But however, here, what you have that guessed mean minus mean. Yeah, put that within parentheses and make that a double. Yeah.
In here.
Yeah, you put that within parentheses and you want to divide it by 1000, okay? Because that is the range of numbers we can pick. You know, the denominator is no, you would expect it to be the mean to be, if you know, if the numbers are between 0 and 1000, you expect the mean to be around 500. So on average it'll be about 500. So let's divide by 500, okay? Let's divide by 500, not by 1000. Yeah. Divide by 500.0 instead of 1000. 0.0. You got to do a 0.0. You know, you got to do a 500.0 because otherwise it'll do integer division. You want it to do a floating point division. Okay. All right. Now abs diff and that.
Yeah. I think I'm probably lagging behind. Oh, nothing. I had it typed out. But I think my screen is probably, there's a delay of a couple seconds.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Now you can say if score is less than less than 1, okay? You know, if score is less than 1, okay, if score is less than 1, yeah, now you can say center text in row 12, sorry, you guessed, so yeah, on line 12, yeah, on line 12. No, on, yeah, so you should say, within quotes, you say, sorry, you guessed, space, and then you can say plus 2 string, outside of the quotes. No, you want the space after the guest.
Oh, space, yeah.
Right, and then space plus 2 string. What did they guess? There, yeah, guessed mean. And then what you want to do is, yeah, hit enter, go to the next line and say plus again. Yeah, and then space, open a quote. But the actual mean was, you want the space before but. Was. Yeah. You want a space after was. Yeah, and then you just want to say toString mean. Okay, mean. Okay, so now it's going to say that, and now also it'll return a 0. Okay. Oh, you need to close the quote. Yeah, you need to close the parentheses. You need to close the parentheses after the.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wait. It was closed. Where did I miss it?
That's it.
You closed it in the previous line.
Oh.
That's thank you. Who was that? Varsha, was that you?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. All right, thanks. Okay. All right. Now you want to return 0 here also. Return 0 here also. Otherwise, on the next line, you're going to say, return score. Oh, no, you can, otherwise you can say on the next line, you can say, no, return 0, close the, you got the closing brace, after the closing brace. Yeah, hit enter. Now you're going to say, you can say hooray on line 12, okay? So center text in row 12. Hooray, you got hooray, you got it. Space, you got it. Okay, yeah, exclamation mark, and then you're going to return score. Okay, all right. Now this is for playing level 0. Now we'll also do play level 1, which will have 3 numbers. Okay, and it's going to be mostly the same logic, but the display part of it is going to be slightly different, which you will have to complete maybe and share on the Reddit and so on. If not, we will continue this in the next class. We'll probably wrap it up in the first 10 or 15 minutes of next class. What time is it now? It's already 7:42. All right. I want to get started with play level 1, which is going to, let's do play level 3. Okay, let's do what is it, level 2? What are the different levels we have? Level 2, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Numbers in a 3x3 matrix. Okay, let's do numbers in a 3, which means we're going to do 9 numbers. Okay, display them in a 3x3 matrix, and the rest of the logic of that play level is going to be pretty much the same. It's just a display part of it, okay, which is going to be different. So copy this whole thing, and paste it, not the whole thing, that play level 0, copy that whole thing, paste it one more time, and call it yeah.
Oh yeah, here.
Play level 2. I think it's play level 3. No, I think, I see. Hang on just a sec. Play level. Oh, we don't have a level 0 at all. Level starts at 1. So I think you got to start, case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4. Okay, not, yeah.
We do have a play level.
Can you
0.
change?
We do have a play level 0 here.
No, but your level, your level starts at 0. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought level started at 1. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, paste the whole thing, and we're going to do level 2, level 3. We're going to do level 3. Okay. Paste the whole thing, and then change that to play level 3 now. 3. Okay. Now, and put a comment on top of this. Yeah. One more enter, and then the same as level 0, except 9 numbers presented in a 3x3 matrix. Three by 3 matrix. Okay. All right. Now here, let's. So here's where the difference is going to be, right? Play level 3. Okay. Now go into your play level 3 function. Okay. All right. Now instead of size t n1 and size t n2, we are going to have a vector of 9 numbers. Okay. A vector is the same as an array, and this is something that we're not going to go into detail about, but you are going to do some research and talk about in the forums. What's the difference between using a native array? Take some notes, okay? Please take some notes. What's the difference between using a native C++ array and a vector? For all use cases, most use cases, using a vector is a lot easier than, and technically speaking, an array and a vector is the very first data structure, an abstract data structure that you're going to use, okay? Yeah, technically speaking, you've been using abstract data types right from the beginning. For example, an integer. We use an integer like int n, int x, int I. You use them as integers. but they're not really integers. If you think about it, they're bits, individual bits that we have arranged to behave like an integer. Yes, they're not integers. They're just individual bits that we choose to interpret and manipulate as though they're integers. So they're basically a bunch of some random switches that from outside makes us believe that they are integers. Internally, you don't know what they are. They're just a bunch of electrons. Yes. So already that is your data type, abstract data type. It is really not an integer, but it behaves for all practical purposes like an integer because, you know, those 8 bits, you make them behave like an integer, adding, subtracting, and so on, using 2's complement. So an array is just taking that to the next level. You're going to have a collection of objects, okay? And this is the bit you're going to have to research and write about in the forums. They need to have 2 important properties. All of the things that you put in the array have got to be the exact same size. Why? Okay, you got to think about it. Right in the forums and say, this is why, you know, everything in the array has to be the same size. Okay. And the other is that all of the things in the array should be stored at consecutive locations. You can store one thing here and another thing here and use various places and call them all in a bag. All right. That's my array. That doesn't work. Okay. These 2 properties are very important and you have to do a bit of research. It's very simple and easy to find out. You can even ask ChatGPT, why do arrays have to have all the elements in consecutive locations and also have them all be the same size? Okay, you can't have one element this big and another element this big. Okay, they all have to be the same size next to each other. Important properties of arrays. You get that in a vector also. Okay, this is, you know, slight overheads and differences between an array and a vector. We won't go into the detail now. We'll talk about that later on in a different class, you know, when we talk about stacks and so on, and, you know, week 7, week 8, I'll tell you why we do these things if you haven't already found out by then. But we're going to use a vector. Okay, so a vector gives you all the functionality you need from a native array. Okay, all right. So what we're going to do is find out what the difference between all right, on the next line you're going to say, vector. Okay, and then within angle brackets you're going to say size t space. No. Within angle brackets, you're going to say size t. Angle brackets, not, size t. All right. Okay. Space. Nums equals, and nums open parentheses, 9. Okay. 9 as the parameter for 9 inside of nums. Inside of the parentheses, you're going to say 9. And outside, put a semicolon. And let's start a comment there. Okay. Space, comment. Okay. An array of 9 numbers. Okay, now get rid of n1 and n2 and all those things on the next line. Right now, because we're using vector, we need to include a file at the top. So go right to the top and say after io manip. Right, hit enter. In fact, get rid of the math.h and put it after io manip. The first 3 kind of belong together. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now you're going to say include vector, #include vector. Okay. Close parentheses. Once you do that, you'll be able to, use the vector in your program. Let's go back to the place where we're typing. Play level 0. Play. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Now go to line 94. Hit enter. Enter. All right. Now tab in and start a comment. It says, fill the vector with 9 random numbers. Okay, fill the vector with 9 random numbers. And see how easy it's all going to be, okay? That's also beautiful and interesting. And all right, on the next line, you're going to say, for size t, I equals 0. No, within parentheses, for size t, I equals 0. We're running up against, end of time. But, please bear with us. It's just like a few more lines. And then, it's the end of class. I'm sorry, I didn't give you a chance to code. But yeah, I'm pretty confident that on Thursday, we'll continue with this program, but you'll have plenty of time for you guys to code also, okay? Take over and code, meaning not me dictating code, you guys just coding on your own. But in the meantime, you should also be working on variations of this code and sharing it in the Reddit and so on and so forth, okay? All right, so not for shouldn't be in parentheses, you say for, and then outside of the for, put parentheses, size t I equals 0, semicolon, space, semicolon space, No, you don't have a closing parenthesis there. For size t, I equals 0, semicolon. Yeah, semicolon space. Yeah, I less than nums dot size, nums dot size, open close parentheses. Yeah, semicolon space, I plus plus. Yeah, close parentheses. Yeah, space, curly brace. No, we don't need a curly brace. Okay, just enter. Right, tab in. You're going to say nums square bracket I equals. Yeah, square bracket I. No. So square bracket I and close the square bracket. Yeah, and then outside you say space equals space rand percent 1000. Right, rand open close. No, rand open close. Yeah, percent 1000. Yeah, semicolon. Okay, no, it's a semicolon. It's a semicolon after that, 1000. All right, now hit enter. All right, yeah. Hit enter one more time. Yeah, one more time. Blank line. All right. Now, actually, you know what we'll do is put a curly brace for the for statement. Put a curly brace. All right. There you go. All right. And then put and the curly brace after nums of I. Right. Yeah. And then go to line 97 and hit enter. Line 97 and hit enter. Yeah, and you're going to say total, total plus equals num square bracket I. Total plus equals num square bracket I. Square bracket. No, square bracket. No, square bracket. Yeah, I close and then semicolon. All right. Now, just before the for loop, right? You want to say on line, hit enter. You say float total equals 0.0. Okay, float space total equals 0.0. Okay, semicolon. Right? Now, on the next line, there you go. Yeah, 101. Tab in on 101. And here you're going to say double mean equals, float mean equals total divided by nums dot size. Okay, nums dot size. Open close parentheses. Okay, that is our mean. So we had an array, filled it with 9 numbers. Okay, and then we calculate the mean by dividing the total by 9. That's the average. That's a mean. Okay, so now we have the numbers, we have the mean. We have to write one method which will actually display the 9 numbers in a grid. Okay, that's all we have to do. Now, what we'll do is your numbers are okay. All right. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Your numbers are go to line 104 and get rid of all of that, except your numbers are. We need your numbers are. Yeah, and then all right. So center text in row. That's no, put a semicolon at the end. Put a semicolon at the end. Yeah, enter. Now what we're going to do is you're going to say for size t I equals 0, I equals 0. Yeah, semicolon. Space I less than nums dot size. Yeah, semicolon. I plus plus. Yeah, open close the thing. Right, on the next line you're going to say on the next line you're going to indent in, and now you're going to say oh, by the way, you need a new line after OS. On the end of line 104, you need a new line. Okay, at the end of line 104, inside of the code, you need a new line. Okay, it's turn the space into a new line. Get rid of the space, you won't be able to see the space. Okay, right, and then you're printing all those numbers inside of that thing. Okay, right. So go to the end of line 106 and hit enter. Okay. Now what we want to do is print 3 and then space 3 and a space 3 and space. Okay, all right, that's what we want to do. All right. And now we want curly braces for the for statement. Okay, so 106, go to the end of 106, hit enter. Okay, now what we want to do is say OSS left shift. I will actually go over this later. In next class, I'll go over this one more time, as many times as it takes, even a special class between, that's fine. I want all of you to understand just these lines, okay? Because it's formatting lines, but we're doing a lot of things, and we're just thinking through the code and coding it right here. It won't click immediately for so many of you. If you are someone for whom this doesn't click, try it on maybe a couple of times on your own, but you should ask in the forums and basically get together and say, hey, can we get together with the prof, all right, before next class, and have a 30-minute session just going over that bit. And it's like an office hour, but a group office hour. Lots of you are there, and I will be happy to talk over that more. Okay, if not, we'll talk about it in in the next class also. I'll make sure everybody understands that. Okay, what we want to do here is OSS. You say left shift, set W, open parentheses 3, and then set fill, 0 within, single quotes like you had before. Yeah, left shift. No. Set fill. Yeah, 0 within single quotes, within parentheses. And then left shift, nums square bracket I, and then a space, okay, and then a space. No, after num square bracket I, and then left shift a space, Yeah, no, space, double quote space. Okay, and then semicolon, and you want to say it's a 0, 1, 2, and then go to the next line, 3, 4, 5, go to the next line. Okay, so this is what we want to do. On the next line, you're going to say if I plus 1, within parentheses, right? Within parentheses, I plus 1 should be within parentheses by itself. Yeah, all right. %3 equals 0. Why am I doing this %3 equals 0? Again, something for you to ask or determine why we're doing this and talk about it in the Reddit. Hey, why did we do the %3? And we're doing the %3 because we want to print 3 numbers per row. Okay, so we're printing 3 in a loop, and at the end of every 3, we're just going to the next line. So here we say, no, you don't need the curly braces there. You say OSS, left shift. You can even do it on the same line, that's fine. But now you have to indent it because it's on the next line. Yeah, and then you want to left shift a new line, /n. Okay, and that should be within double quotes. Okay, put a semicolon at the end. Okay, so now that basically builds up the string to show as a matrix of 3 numbers, new line, 3 numbers, new line, 3 numbers, new line. It'll have the 9 numbers there in a grid. Now what we want to do is move to a certain location on screen and print those 3 numbers. But then as soon as you print the new line, it'll go all the way there, which we don't want to do. So the display part of that is going to be a little. All right, so for now, what we're going to do is just print those numbers left on the left side, okay? So it'll look a lot cleaner. Okay, so but you got to figure out how you can show it in the middle, or some kind of aesthetic placement. Okay, yeah, outside of the for loop on line 110, hit enter. Okay, and here you're going to say say at where did it line, oh, it says on line 7, it says your numbers are
Could it be a double equals or at line 108?
Where is it?
At 108, the double.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it should be double equals. Okay, so on line 111, okay, yeah, there you go. Say at line 7, column 0. Okay, for now we're going to say line 7, column 0. line, what we say? Line, yeah. All right. You're going to say, your numbers are, you actually had that somewhere before, right? Oh, I see. Yeah, on line, get rid of line 104. Get rid of line 104. Yeah, and get rid of the blank line also.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, line 104. Get rid of the blank line on line 104.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you built up that thing in OSS, and then OSS.str will have that. So, and then on line 109, you're going to say, yeah, that your numbers are okay. And then /n. Get rid of the space before the /n because you won't be able to see it, right? And then plus space, yeah, space plus OSS.str, and then curly braces, not curly braces, open close parentheses. Okay, maybe I should just leave it at this for now. And unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to run it today. I was very optimistic, but I was a bit slow maybe. But at the same time, I want to take it slow so that everybody has a chance to catch up and do this. We are going to do this again on Thursday, starting from where we leave it today. It's it is actually pretty close to running. In fact, one of you should be able to take it and do a little bit of fixes here and there, and it should be ready to go. But I don't know how many of you are willing to stay on past the end of class, because it is 8:01 today and now. And I do want to continue with this and finish it, but I'm mindful of your time. I will be sticking around, office hour until, if other people have questions and answering those questions. But as for the actual code itself, there's only about 5 minutes left before we can actually get it to a shape to run it. But let's defer our gratification until Thursday, thereby also giving you guys an opportunity to take this code, okay, and finish it up and post it. So that we can actually click it like Byron's or Aiden's link on online GDB and play it, okay? And we haven't played a single round in class, so it'll be a completely new experience when you post it there. And say, click on this link and play Mini, okay? And it's basically, and I click on it, say, play Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, all right, or Mini, and I say, oh, guess the number, guess the mean of these two numbers. Oh, we didn't actually get to the place where we calculate the actual score. Oh, we did exponent, 10 divided by 0.5x and so on. We actually did that, okay. All right, so we'll be able to do all that. Thank you, Andrew, for posting that link. Everybody should, take a copy of that. Andrew, you should also post this in the Reddit forum saying this is the code we worked on in class. Everybody should try to modify this code or ask questions about this code saying, hey, I tried to modify it. I don't understand what this line means. I actually have absolutely no idea what the hell this, code does. Can someone explain it to me? All of that is open, it's game. Right? Anybody could ask any of these questions. We will all be super happy to jump in and help anyone who asks question about, about any aspect of this code. So anyone should say, hey, I want to do this, or I tried to compile it and run it my version, it's not working. What's going on, right? I tried to compile the version that Andrew was working on. It's not compiling for me. Yeah, well, we never compiled it. Maybe there's a couple of errors there. So we'll all fix it together. Okay, it'll be like a team effort. But I'm very confident and optimistic that at the end of next class, we'll be, well past this, right? Like in like 10 or 15, 20 minutes into the class next on Thursday, we'll actually have this implemented and running, and we'll also be able to play a couple of rounds of this game. But please share the link absolutely on Reddit, because I will actually click it and look at the code and say, well, you know what, I was just coding off the top of my head, and the students were humoring me. But I will be able to look at the code more closely and say, all right, this is what we should do on Thursday, so we can optimize time and make sure that everything happens within our allotted time. Okay, so it is very close to completion, if you ask me. We've got all of it there. You just need to write level 1. Level 0 is there. Level 2 is there. You need to write level 1. Forget about level 3, right? You can actually just get rid of level 3 altogether, right? Level 0, 1, 2. We'll see if you can, so you have one level for you guys to implement too. And, if you're feeling up to it, add more levels like the blinking and all these other things. That's perfectly fine too. So you should do all that. Right now, I understand how many lines of code is this, Andrew, altogether? Like 150?
180.
I think
180.
it's like 100. Yeah, 180.
Right. Well, it's not too much because, a lot of it is just repetition, copy and paste and so on, right? So don't get thrown off by the lines of code or the number of lines of code. A lot of it is just copy and paste and repetition and so on. But the important things you need to focus on the loops, right? And the arrays. Where are we using vectors and arrays? What do they do, right? So the rest of it is fairly simple. And anything in here that you don't understand or, feel a little confused about, you should immediately bring up and ask, okay, on the Reddit. And you should ask on the Reddit, not by email to me or a tutor or anyone else, because what you are asking, other people might also not know, but they're not willing to ask. So you'll be doing a lot of people a favor by asking, I don't understand this. Can someone explain? Okay, and someone will jump in and explain. That's participation points for them too, right? You're giving opportunities for other people to score points by asking questions like that. I will be very happy to read those questions myself because I'll know which parts of this are confusing to students the next time and so on and so forth. It'll be useful for me too. Was this useful? We started off building a game, but we started introducing arrays towards the middle of class. But next week on Thursday when we pick up this program again, we'll be starting with level 2 already has arrays, and we'll be using more and more of arrays and going forward from there. Okay, but in the meantime, you should do some research on vectors versus arrays and see what the difference is and so on, and keep, and sharing your thoughts and insights in the forum. Okay, so was this class useful? I know every class won't be, as useful as every other class, obviously, but but just raise your hand if you think that this was, not too fast, not too slow. You got something useful out of this class. Okay, it was worth it. Because thank you, right? Because you spent like 2 hours in class, and I don't want it to be wasted for you. It's 2 hours is really, big time for students, right? Because you got so many things you're doing right now at your age. So 2 hours is a big investment. I want to make sure that you got your 2 hours worth of knowledge here. So, all right. So if you thought this was useful, I will be very glad, and I will look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday, where we will, complete this program and play a few rounds. Okay, but in the meanwhile, I want to see a few completed versions of this code posted by many people, many of you guys saying, "Hey, here's my version of Meanie, my version of Meanie." Lots of Meanies in class. Okay, lots of Meanie in CS2A. So you should say, "Hey, there's Meanies here." Okay, and I will look forward to playing all of your Meanies. Okay, and I actually did play both of those, Aiden's and Byron's game. I thought it was really cool, but I will play these games too, and I look forward to seeing them. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, those who want to hang around and ask questions during my office hour, please do. I'll stick around, but otherwise, I will look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. I have a quick question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm getting a squiggly line every time I invoke time. It says
Can
that
you mouse over? So oh yeah, you need to pass null pointer, NULLPTR. The other one too. Yeah, the other one too. On line 132. Okay.
Thank you.
Cool. That's great. Yeah. You should share this on the forum, Mohammed, okay? And say, hey, I made some changes and here it is, and take a look at it.
I will.
Awesome. Anything else? Anybody else? Mir, you good? Welcome to class.
Yes, thank you, Professor. I had a few questions. Do you know how I'll be able to make up for the weeks that I wasn't?
Don't worry about it, okay? If you participate well from now onwards, I'll make sure your previous scores are all patched up.
Got it. And I've already completed all of my quests from before.
Yeah,
but
just you have to resubmit all of them.
Yeah, okay, just resubmit. Got it. Understood. All right. Thank you so much, Professor. Have a good day.
No worries.
I want. Yeah. Is this an hybrid class? I was just.
It is hybrid, okay? It is hybrid. It's not pure online. You say, Asmita thought it was pure online. It's hybrid.
Yeah, did I miss any in-person class?
No, this is it. This is it. Hybrid means you got Zoom lectures and also the online component.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Even F2F, in campus when I used to teach, that was also called hybrid. I think it was called hybrid. This is called hybrid Zoom. The other one is hybrid.
Okay. Thank you, Professor.
No worries. Jesse, what's up?
I was wondering if you could explain what switch cases do exactly.
Switch in case?
Yeah, switch in case.
So switch basically lets you switch. If you have, if the value is this number, do something. Else, if the value of that number, do something. Else, if the value of that number, do something. If you can write it in if statements, yes? Okay, switch is basically a fast way of, computationally fast way of saying exactly the same thing. Instead of saying if this number, do this. If this number, do this, you say switch, case that number, do this. Case this number, do this, and so on. Except you got to look in the documentation, because if you do that, you also have to have the break statements. Otherwise, it'll fall through and execute multiple things, right? This is actually discussed in detail in the text, in the modules, and also even on Reddit, and also in previous lecture recordings. You can see in this class. That's why I didn't go over that in detail, but it's fairly straightforward and simple to understand. Once you code it 1 or 2 times, you'll actually get hang of it. But you got to code it 1 or 2 times. You got to forget to put in the break and actually run into a bug saying, oh, that's why it happened, right? So once you do that a couple of times and run into those bugs, then you'll remember. That's how it works.
Okay.
It's a special form of an if statement.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, because I have used like I have heard of switch cases before, switch and case before, but I've never used them.
Yeah. You just have to get in the practice of using it. It'll work for integer value data types.
Okay. I also had another question.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
it's more like, it's not really about the class, it's about like Foothill and stuff in general. So I used to go to UC Merced. I went for a semester and I didn't really like the school, which is why I transferred. So my plan is to transfer to another California public school. And right now, like I had already gotten credit for basically CS2A, but I'm redoing it because I need it in order to transfer, because it all has to be from the same school.
I see.
Right now, I'm taking discrete mathematics and I'm really struggling, and I just wanted to ask, like, how important is that class?
Well, discrete math is really important if you want to do CS2B and 2C and all, because a lot of computer science is basically discrete mathematics. Some computer science is basically iterative. It's very closely related to discrete mathematics, meaning that suppose you may come up with a program. How do you know for sure the program works? It never gets stuck. It doesn't go into an infinite loop. You got to have a mathematical proof saying, well, you know what, there's no way this can happen, because otherwise you can't really use the program in the wild. You can't make money with it, because what happens if in some odd case it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, and then you get fined $1 billion. So out there, people won't touch programs that are not proven to work conclusively with a 10-foot pole. So that's why when you go out there and try and in the business make money or work for someone who makes money, they won't let you write programs using algorithms that don't have conclusive proofs behind them. But how do you know it works? In order to, then you have to understand the proof, and the proof is usually, most of the time, you use discrete mathematics in there, right? This is probability theory. You use sets, members, intersections, all kinds of equations that use discrete values, Boolean logic. All of those are basically taught in discrete mathematics. So in the beginning, discrete mathematics is a struggle for every single person I have ever met. Okay, because discrete mathematics uses a bunch of symbols that they are not used to before. Okay, and then many students confuse the huge number of symbols with the complexity of the subject. And lots of maybe instructors don't tell them, no, that's not the case. It's just new symbols. Everything else is actually very simple underneath. Okay, it's like if you go to learn another language, like Spanish or Chinese or something like that. It's not that they think differently. They're humans. They think exactly the same way we do, but the surface language is different. That's all. Right? So you can't say, well, Chinese is really hard, so they must be thinking differently or thinking hard. No, It's just the language that's different. Lots of people get, put off by that and say, no, it's just the symbols. Once I get past that, it's like mental block. Lots of people say, I can never learn mathematics because they don't know what the sigma is and they're scared by integral signs and so on. Right. But there's only like 10 or 15, core symbols that you got to learn to start feeling comfortable with math. Just like that, discrete mathematics has its own jargon, has its own vocabulary. So spend some time, and it has to take time, because otherwise you never get used to those symbols. So get the discrete math book and work through the exercises, not just the ones the professor circles, just keep working through many of them. And then the first 5 or 10 will be difficult because you got to look up the symbols, you got to remember, oh, what does this do, and so on and so forth. By the time you get to problem number 15, they'll just be coming automatically to you. Right. And then after that, it won't be a struggle. In the beginning, it'll be a struggle. Okay. So don't give up in discrete mathematics when you're facing a struggle. Just means that you need to cut down some other activities because this is important for you. You're planning to major in computer science, yes?
Yes, I am.
You absolutely got to do discrete mathematics. Okay. Also do linear algebra. Do linear algebra after this.
Algebra.
It's going to be useful for machine learning and AI.
Yeah, that's what I have on. I made a degree, a transfer plan with one of the counselors, and that's part of my plan for school.
Yeah. You should do those.
I also wanted to ask, if you know of any way to prepare for technical interviews. I have one. I have one coming up in a couple weeks.
But it can be for a programming job. Is it for a programming job?
It's called the STEP internship at Google.
Oh,
I think it's for first. It's
So
for
in that
first.
case, you'll have an opportunity to interact with lots of programmers. But at this stage, having just completed CS2A, you may not be able to get as much out of it. Okay, other than saying, well, I did this internship at Google. Yeah. In order to get something solid out of an internship, a tech programming software engineering internship, or to be able to land one of those internships or even land a job, you need to complete CS2C or the red quests. Okay. Once you're done with the red quests, you'll be ready for, interviewing at the topmost companies out there. You'll be ready to take it. The best software engineering company, I'm ready. I'm eager to look at your problems, throw it on the whiteboard. Okay. So you'll have that kind of enthusiasm and exuberance when you go. Otherwise, when you go to these interviews, many people are scared and they don't even bring the best of themselves outside. They're not even thinking about the problem because they're anxious and self-conscious, saying, oh, what if I don't know the answer? Okay. So that's why a lot of people fail the interviews. But once you're confident, you do 2C, you know what, these things are, because guaranteed, if you complete 2C on your own, all the red quests, even if I'm not teaching, right, the questing is going to be there. If you complete it with the help of the Reddit, that teaches you everything, everything you need to know in order to ace some really, really hard interviews out there. But you got to have the perseverance and the grit, because 2C is hard. The red quests are hard, but you will be able to do it if you are able to allocate enough time. That's the most important thing at your age, right? Finding time.
Yeah. Okay, that is all. Thank you.
All right. Okay. See you on Thursday. Okay.
Okay, see you. Have a good one.
All right. Best of luck.